Welcome back, viewers, to another episode of Celestial Intersect, or the Celestial Realm Intersects ours. This week, another mini-sode. We're here at the bottom of Ragged Stone Hill. Now, why are we here? Well, we're here because of a true story about a monk, Brother John, his name was, who, he used to tend the garden, and, he found this pond, and in the pond he found a woman. And after going there a few times, an intersection took place. So that eventually got back to the monks, and they obviously must have watched for a long time, and we know that because they only intervened after the act. We can only hypothesise, I guess, that it would have been multiple acts maybe. The prior at the time was very mad at him, and so he made him walk up and down here until he would give her name. And he didn't, because he was the first male feminist, 500 years ago, so I think that's about right. Got to give credit where credit is due. And yes, he did unfortunately die here, and with his dying breath he cursed the lands, and soon after that, after his death, the priory fell into disarray. And the good thing for you, viewer, is that I am going into Little Malvern Priory to speak with the Reverend who is going to tell me about Brother John. We are here in Malvern at the Priory itself. I'm here with a special guest.
Hello, I'm Stephen Seeley. I'm the vicar of this church, Little Malvern Priory.
Could you tell us just a general bit about the building, just a bit of history?
The building was founded as a priory, we think for about 12 monks.
Has this bit changed at all, or would this be very, very similar?
It will have changed, but what you see looking east is probably much as it seemed then. And these monk stalls that we see here either side, they are the real thing.
So on the topic of the monks, they would have come in here same time all together, presumably.
Yes.
Sat each of these. So these are the 12 seats.
Probably, yes.
So obviously that has to bring it to Brother John. If he was late, then I suppose he's not going to be able to. That will be of note.
Oh,
people
yeah. Yes, probably it would be of note, but we do know that things got a little bit lax at Little Malvern Priory. They were banished to Gloucester for a punishment, and the priory was closed for a couple of years. So what exactly had been going on, we don't know.
So as you say, most of those monks that perhaps would have fallen under that discipline, sent to Gloucester. Would you say then it was abnormal for what happened to Brother John to go up the mountain so often?
Can we stop in a minute? Now, what's sort of about Brother John?
Brother John is the monk that was he had to climb. I think it was Ragged Stone Hill.
Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, you've read that, have you?
Yes, he was a monk who used to bathe here, and he found a woman committed sinful acts, and the other monks found out. Again, I don't know about the exact layout, but yes, they noticed one day he was late, so they would have seen him come through. Presumably he couldn't sneakily get away with what he was doing.
I mean, it wouldn't be quite. I'm not quite sure that screen is either as old as the stalls or would actually have been in that exact position. So I don't think you should worry too much about how they got in and out. But yes, it would be frowned upon to miss one of the acts of worship, because your whole life was here. Where else would you be?
Yeah, exactly.
You shouldn't be anywhere else.
So he very much, that would have been very much frowned upon.
Yeah,
Hence
well,
why
yeah.
perhaps that punishment that he did have to climb Ragged Stone Hill would have been seen as perhaps harsher than going to Gloucester.
Oh, I don't know. I think there must have been some collective failure of the whole community that they were shipped off. Perhaps they all had to learn how to be monks again if things had got lax here. And Brother John's story might sort of typify that.
So moving through this place, and perhaps even moving through history, we can find Alright then, so we're currently now in the courtyard. Tell us a bit about what this courtyard used to be and what it is today.
The whole area would have been part of the priory, and you see here some of the ruins, and some of the monks' quarters would probably have been on this side as well. And there's been a very close connection with the Berrington family, who have owned Little Malvern Court and lived in it for several hundred years, and the priory. The gardens of the court are open to the public certain days a year. At the lower end of the gardens there are 2 or 3 ponds which we believe are would have been fish ponds for the monks' use going back all those years.
Are it possible to go through the ruins and the ponds?
No, I think we can only go this far really, because it is the property of Little Malvern Court and not ours.
I see. But we cannot see the ponds from here.
No, they're too far down. Although if you really wanted to, you can actually go down the next road and have a look over the fence. Actually,
see, we probably will do that. But it's quite interesting to me that the pond is now under the court's ownership, possibly because of the actions of Brother John.
I don't know. You could read that into that. Really, I don't know.
Does anyone in here think that was good enough? Anyone want to say their piece now or anything? No? Okay, well I will. Yeah, frankly that wasn't good enough. It went smooth sailing for a long time, very long time, and then something that happened that threw him off. Ronnie, you hit the bloody boom pole on the ceiling thing. We were completely fine until that point, and then you hit that, completely threw him off. He didn't see us as professionals after that. I hope you all realise how important it is that we find the pool. We find that pool, because if we don't, there's no new episode. So, let's put the carpenters on and go, right?
Oh, I haven't switched the car.
Okay, let's do that then. Let's do that.
It feels like we talk about radio and when the day actually...
That's the pool. That's the pool. That's the pool that Brother John did it in. I'm going to try and jump over to see it, and then if I can do it, you can start jumping as well. Oh, shit. See him. Go. Well, that was the story of Brother John and this week's episode of Celestial Intersects. Obviously, from the outside looking in, plenty went wrong. I mean, we never knew anything about Brother John really from the story there, and nothing about the pool. I mean, I obviously saw it once, but we weren't allowed to go any closer. You're probably not to disturb if there are any spirits there of her. And then obviously we had technical issues with sound. And so, you might think, We didn't learn anything. And that would be true except from one fact. One fact being that this whole shoot has gone terribly. And that is because of the curse. That is because of the curse that Brother John said when he died. And that curse has taken hold and taken effect, probably because people didn't listen to him. You know, they all pressured him to say her name, and he didn't say it. So if you are going to go to Malvern, be aware of the curse, but do pay tribute to that of John and the unidentified woman that he intersected with.